welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Nicole Gaffney. We're here at the incredible Rastelli Market Fresh. I've got my buddy Walter Staib here. He's from City Tavern in Philadelphia, and he's got a new show called Superfoods.
And guess what? This is the place to shop for the show.
Tell me about it. They've got everything here.
So it's an aggressive menu. Are you ready for the task?
I think I'm ready.
All right, first thing we're going to do, because we got a bunch of steps, I'm going to start you. First thing I'm doing, they got fantastic mussels right here. Just picked them up earlier. Look at them. Got them. All I want to do for that recipe, throw the mussels in the pan, reach me the white one.
Yep. So that's it. We don't start with anything else.
Nope. Just
easy enough.
This. And the lid on it. There
Ready?
you go. Yep. Move it over.
There we go. Look at that teamwork.
I tell you, you can have a job any day by me.
Thank you.
The first thing is put the mussels to the side, and you need nothing else in there. Garlic, you don't need it because everything else goes in the salad later.
Okay, great. And should we have some heat on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little bit.
Little bit.
Next, I have a chicken breast. Look at how beautiful they are, right off the meat counter.
Beautiful. Are these organic?
Absolutely. But what I want to do is I'm going to cut them in like a scallopini, if you will, like 3 pieces, like so.
No need to pound them out?
Not at all for that, what I'm doing. And then I'll have something interesting, and this is a beautiful marinade, which comes to, as you know, which just makes it a beautiful, it's a little soy, it has the citrus in there, it just makes it very, very spectacular.
It's really nice sauce.
Then any herb you want to put in there, any herb, a little pepper on there, no salt.
So no salt.
No, no salt ever.
No butter.
Never in superfoods.
All right.
And then it's just maybe a little bit oregano, maybe just a little bit of tarragon.
Love fresh tarragon.
Not much on this one. And all we're going to do, now when you make this at home, you want to make this like 4 hours before.
So it marinates?
So it marinates.
Okay.
It's up really beautiful.
The ponzu's really interesting take on this.
It makes it really nice. And what also is kind of like, as I told you earlier, think of a paella.
Paella.
Take away the rice and everything else like this, and you got it. But there's much more to come. So I'm going to put this right in the pan.
Okay.
And again, no flour, no nothing.
Ooh, that oregano's really pungent.
It's right here. Look at that. And this is going to just sit for a little bit. And we're going to move it to the side. I don't want the chicken to be completely, I want it cooked, but I don't want to get it dried up. You know?
No, of course. Who likes dried up chicken breast?
Right. And those ones over here are beautiful. One thing for the people at home to notice, if the mussels are open before you get them, do not use them. Discard them.
Right.
You got it already.
And these are beautiful mussels that you got here at the Rastelli Market Fresh?
Right over there.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little heat on this one?
Yes,
a little bit, not a lot.
Now this market is really bumping right now. There's all kinds of people here. I love the hustle and the bustle here.
So basically what you do with that is to turn it over, and then we're going to just absolutely, in a little bit, set it to the side.
Okay.
Because I really, honestly want it to be pink.
Really?
Pinkish.
Pink chicken.
Pinkish.
This is the first time I've heard this.
Because if it's marinated overnight and comes to, it kind of cures itself.
All right.
Got to chop quick. The artichoke down, as you said earlier, people are intimidated with artichokes.
They are. People
and
are
I don't
very
know why.
intimidated.
So
well,
I'm going to show everybody how to do it.
Okay.
The ones that are good. This is the artichokes. They have them all over the place. You cut the bottom.
Yep.
Like so. And you cut the top about like so.
Now, I think something people don't realize about artichokes is that you wind up throwing a lot of the artichoke away.
Well, in this country, yeah. By us in Europe, we appreciate it all. So then you put lemon juice right away because they oxidize immediately.
They'll get brown.
When you have them at this stage, in the water they go.
Okay.
I'm going to show one more. Quick.
All right.
Here, one more.
Bottom off?
Here, bottom off, top off, right over here.
And then what would you do with the waste in Europe?
Nothing.
Nothing in Europe?
No, well, I'll show you. This goes away anywhere. Let me show you quick.
You put that in a stock or use that to flavor something? No? Okay.
Use. So this is how it would go, and then you would put this in boiling water, that's all. Now I already cooked mine ahead of time, obviously. Turn my chicken on.
And how long do they cook for?
They take about 20 minutes.
About 20
not
minutes?
Much, not
just
too
so
much
they're
heat.
pork tender?
Correct.
We'll be right back with more of the Chef's Kitchen at Rastelli Market Fresh. We now return to the Chef's Kitchen at Rastelli Market Fresh.
And this chicken is just absolutely coming beautiful. Look at that.
It's definitely still pink in the center.
Well, too pink right now. Let me show you. How are we doing over here? Hold on.
They're opening up nicely.
Perfect.
Oop, one
The
fell
smell
out.
of that? I know, I saw it already. Okay, now let me show you. So when they get cooked, wow, look how hot.
They look hot.
Oh, they are hot. Let me show you now.
Okay.
So what you do, you take the leaf, the outer leaf off like that.
And you just eat it, right?
You know it. Yeah, like that. Okay, like so. Huh?
I like to stuff them at home.
But now for today, what I want to show you what we do, we peel the whole artichoke and take it all the way down to the flour.
And this part, the choke.
Yep.
That's really, really gnarly if you try to eat that.
That's you don't want to eat it.
I know.
Exactly. You pull it off from here. You take that, and we're going to chop it.
Okay.
Just set aside. There we go. Got it?
Hey, we've got Ray Rastelli
Welcome.
III here. He's our Director of Retail Operations here at the Market
Thank you
Fresh.
very much. Thanks for having us.
Look at your beautiful chicken I'm cooking here.
It looks unbelievable, Chef.
Got nice caramelization
Really
on
does.
that. And I just tried one of these mussels. They're
Looks killer.
so fresh.
It really does look great.
Yum.
Can't wait to try it.
So tell us a little bit more about the market here.
Absolutely. As Chef Staib is known for, the superfoods, we
Yes.
really have a lot of very fresh, healthy, everything is fresh.
Totally.
Tons of organic product, a lot of organic produce,
Yep.
organic beef and seafood and chicken. But more importantly, everything's healthy. A lot of healthy
Exactly.
things. You can really get all the ingredients that you're looking for to cook some great products.
Right. I notice even a lot of the prepared foods that you have here are nice and healthy choices. A lot of chicken and salmon and fish dishes.
They absolutely are. Yeah,
Lots
for
of
sure.
vegetables.
Yep, absolutely.
And the produce section you have is unbelievable.
Produce
I
is
love
beautiful. It's handpicked every morning down at the fruit market, and brought here especially for us.
And the vegetable butcher.
Absolutely,
That's
vegetable butcher is really
completely
cool.
genius.
You can
I
take
love
whatever
it.
you want over to the vegetable butcher. They'll chop it up for you.
Exactly.
Fresh squeezed orange juice over there.
Oh,
so take them your
that's
oranges and he'll squeeze it
Can
right
they
there
juice
for you.
other things for you as
Yeah,
well?
orange juice, carrot juice. There's quite a few things, and they'll do it right for you. So you pick out the produce that you want, take it over to them, and they'll do it right there.
Oh, that's
so it's really neat.
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
I can't wait to try this food though, Chef. It looks phenomenal. It really does.
It's an off-take of a paella, but on the healthy version.
So when you're looking for products that he's cooking here, this is
can
really
find
the place to
everything
be.
here.
It absolutely is, for
Beautiful.
sure. So I'll see you guys
All
soon.
right.
Thank you very
Come
much.
back and
Thank you.
taste.
Thank you.
You gonna help me quick?
Sure thing. What do you need?
Keep a bunch of mussels out of the shell.
How many? Out of the shell?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can put them right in there. About half of them, as many you can do.
Okay.
You saw me chopping asparagus.
Yep.
I don't cook them.
No, keep them raw.
I keep them raw and I just cut them on the bias. Look
And why
here.
is that? It retains more of the nutrients?
Exactly, and it's
Okay.
also much more flavor.
Ah.
And I like to get some of the crispiness into it, you know?
Okay.
I have a good amount of all kind of herbs in there.
Some scallions.
Scallions, green onions. The most important thing is the tarragon.
Oh yeah, the tarragon. Now that's not really traditional in a paella, is it?
No,
So that's your own take.
actually I went to south of France the other day.
Oh,
I
just the
felt-
other day took off to the south of France. No big
And I
deal.
fell in love, southwest actually.
Tons of tarragon there.
Fell in love and beautiful,
Yes.
all over the place.
They're known
So
for
the
their
tarragon,
tarragon.
yeah, exactly. The tarragon there. Now the other thing I want to show quick to people if you're at home and they're going to get nervous about making this dish and thinking, hey, the artichoke too much work, you just do that.
Buy the canned artichokes.
And there's
Get a
nothing
good
wrong
quality, which they definitely have
with it.
plenty of here
Correct,
at Rastelli.
correct. Now, I'm a purist, but when it comes to that, don't worry about it,
So they're marinated too, so they've
Correct.
got some even
Extra.
more flavor.
A little bit of garlic, just rough chop. And then you saw my quinoa. You asked me earlier, but you've never seen it before. Quinoa in 3 different colors.
I haven't, and they sell all 3 of these here at the Rastelli Market Fresh. We can
Sitting
get
right there.
all of these ingredients
This
here at
entire
Rastelli
recipe,
Market Fresh.
this entire recipe you can make just go into the aisles. And got it.
Exactly, I love that.
Now I gotta get some nice little tomato for color,
Beautiful.
and I mix them up a little bit with the yellow and the red.
Those are my favorite, these little yellow
Yep,
guys
yep.
I love.
But they have no
So
acidity.
sweet.
No, yep.
How am I doing with the mussels?
You're doing good.
All
Do
right?
a few more.
Okay.
You also want to put a regular tomato into it.
Okay.
Like
Why is that?
Like just to get some of the acidity in it,
Okay.
because the cherry tomatoes don't have much acidity.
Right.
So this one, but just one tomato for one recipe,
Okay, sure.
Just cut them up in a big rough dice. Nothing has to be very fine in this particular.
Okay. Just a rough chop.
Yeah, just like so. Comes the most important part.
Quinoa.
And the quinoa, you saw me. Obviously, I cooked it ahead because it takes too much time. So this is the red, 100% protein.
And
Look
do
at
they
it.
take different times to cook?
Same time.
Same time.
Red, white, and black.
All right.
And it gives a
It's
beautiful.
almost a little blue. It's almost like the American flag there.
It makes it a beautiful presentation in the end.
Great.
But I should do it here. Now, the most important part of this recipe is a very good vinegar. I have
Rice wine vinegar? And that's
rice
seasoned
vinegar, not wine. Rice vinegar.
rice
Actually,
vinegar.
I went to the factory in Japan to see that, how it's made.
Really?
Spectacular. And then a little bit of olive oil, a good olive oil in there.
Very important.
Just pepper.
Great olive oil selection here too.
Yep.
I'm a bit of an olive oil snob.
You are?
Yeah.
I wouldn't guess.
Well,
There
the
you go.
selection they have here is very impressive, I must say.
You want to mix it up for me?
I will love to mix that up.
Mix it up while I cut the chicken.
I got it. Go for it.
Now take a look at the chicken now while you were laughing before. Come on.
Is it still pink inside?
Well, not pink, but look here. Take a look. Take a look. Look at it.
That's not pink. That's perfect.
Moist.
Exactly.
Just the way I want it. Look at it. Let me tell you.
Beautiful colors in this. That's the one thing I love about superfoods. The color.
It's all about the color.
Exactly. You're always going to get lots of color with that.
And this
especially with the different
what makes it
quinoa.
so unique with the pansu, gives such unique flavor into it.
Stay tuned for more of the Chef's Kitchen at Rastelli Market Fresh. We now return to the Chef's Kitchen at Rastelli Market Fresh. This looks wonderful. No salt and pepper in this either.
Nope, a little bit of salt is already in the mussel, as you know.
Right.
And then a little bit of salt is
And a little in the ponzu.
and when you cook the quinoa, remember when you cook the quinoa, you cook it in chicken stock or vegetable stock, it has salt
Add
in it too.
extra flavor, right.
And this is really all the thing you need.
So tell me for a minute about Superfoods. This airs on what channel?
Superfood airs right now on PBS 39
Okay.
out of Allentown. Airs every Tuesday night at 7:30 and
Tuesday
every
at 7:30.
Saturday afternoon at 2:30.
At
Thereabout.
2:30 p.m.
And it's a fantastic show produced by the great Mr. Horn.
Well, everybody needs to go watch it.
Let's try it a little bit here. Hold on.
You let me know how it is. I don't know where my fork went.
Oh,
Oh, amazing. Chives. Chives are my favorite herb.
chives need to go in there.
So a lot of onion flavor in here. We've got the red onion, the
Makes it
scallion,
good,
and
yep.
now some chive too.
And it's just a little bit of garlic, not too overpowered. But the chicken comes out so nice in there. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Now wait, when we decorate it up in a moment for the. Here we go. Let's set it up. Right over
Chicken's
here.
very flavorful.
Now, you can give me about 10 half-shell mussels. Just break them apart. No, like so. Just the
Yes.
shell.
Just the shells?
Yep. Good stuff. What do you think?
If you only needed the shells, I could have gone down to the beach and gotten.
But I needed the mussel in there.
Oh, you needed
and
the mussels
And actually,
too.
what I sometimes
Well,
do.
that's where Rastelli Market Fresh comes into play.
Exactly. Okay, I'll let you do. I'll let you
Nice
be the
plate.
artist. Put them around. You've done this before.
Oh, hey now. Couple more tomatoes on top.
Yep. you got it.
Gorgeous. We got to bring Ray back in here so we can all taste this together.
I am so quick.
You're too fast.
It's my middle name. You should know.
Walter Staib.
All cooked from scratch.
Look at this. This is such a beautiful presentation.
Only thing we're going to do now, yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Now you're going to break me a couple of mussels out and throw them on top.
On the half or?
No, out
Out
of the shell. Load them up good.
We got them. Let's use them. Beautiful. Look at all that tarragon.
Oh.
So what part of France were you in? Nice?
We were in no, not this far south. We were in the
Okay.
southwest of France. We were down
Okay.
in Rochefort, not Roquefort, Rochefort.
Rochefort.
But let me tell you, interesting. Where I went is where the ship is getting built,
Okay.
rebuilt. That Lafayette came to America in 1780. You know my show, A Taste of History.
Yeah,
You know.
of course.
So we go to exotic places to kind of bring it to life.
Is that why you were there?
Well, I was there,
Okay.
and the ship is finished, and it's
Yep.
going to come to Philadelphia next June.
Excellent.
And it's exact rebuild of the ship that came in 1780. And guess what? When the ship came to Philadelphia, it entertained all the people from the Continental Congress. Just imagine.
Oh, I can only
On
imagine.
board the ship, so we're going to do the same thing again.
Are you?
Yep, of
Oh,
course.
fantastic. And you'll be catering the event, I imagine?
We don't know about exactly what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going
Yeah?
to do something, one way or the other. So now we're going to put a little bit of tomato just
Okay.
on top again. It's color and flavor, you know. So this is the dish how you would want to serve it.
Gorgeous. Ray, bring you back
Yes,
in.
thanks for having me back.
Taste some wine?
Looks really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have an awesome Josh Sellers Chardonnay. Has a real kind of a blend between some fruit, really fruity flavor. So it's really
Nice.
cool. Absolutely. We'll give
It'll
it a
go
shot.
really well with
I
this,
spoke
I
to
think.
your sommelier earlier, and I figured it would be the best wine to pair with it.
You're absolutely
Great.
right.
And we'll see if
Yeah,
she's right.
for
And
sure.
that's good to know you have a sommelier here.
We do.
on
Always
staff.
on staff,
Yeah.
one for every shift. So if you're ever in store and you really have some questions like I do about what wine goes with what,
try
they can
my
help
handy
you out.
work.
Well, let's try some wine
Absolutely.
first.
I don't-
Cheers.
The wine is going to be good, I know it.
It is nice.
Oh,
I like this
Really
one.
nice too, absolutely.
And
Very
matter of
fruity.
fact, proper temperature for tasting.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
There's nothing worse than half of America making their wine into an ice cream.
Ice cold. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
And this is beautiful.
No, it's great.
Definitely.
Now try my
Let's get in here.
my quinoa, mussels and chicken. And,
Looks really good. Ladies first.
and remember the mussels, she all picked them.
I
Picked
did.
them. Okay.
They came right over
Handpicked
there
them.
off
I
your
helped. I can't believe
Wow.
there's no salt in this. It's wonderful.
Unbelievable.
The flavor's really bright.
Absolutely is.
I'll tell you what, after that, you're going ready to run the marathon.
That's
I'm
good.
telling you. Isn't it beautiful?
Seriously.
You're
Lots of
absolutely right.
protein from the mussels and the chicken and the
Now
quinoa.
also, what I do with it, as another idea, if I make it in a full menu, I put it in a martini glass as an appetizer.
Okay.
Ah.
So
That's
then
nice.
I don't put the chicken in it, then I just use the mussel.
Cold or warm?
No, cold.
Cold, cold.
I should say
Room
room
temperature.
temp.
Okay.
This one too, you don't really want to put it back in the refrigerator. You make it and you eat it, kind of
Great.
like
Okay.
some leftover maybe.
And all of these ingredients we got
And the
right
reason,
here.
the reason I like the three color, it's a little bit possessed to it. You know, it's
Absolutely.
kind of, food is sensuous. You know?
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
sensuality should be in your food and the flavors, but it's clean, it's healthy, and it's superfood.
Sure.
It is superfood.
Thank you
And
very
this
much.
recipe will be available here at the Rastelli Market
Absolutely
Fresh.
will be, and our folks will gladly help you shop with the list for the things you need to make it.
Great. All right, guys. Thanks again. Cheers.
Very much. Thank you.
We'll see you again soon.
This market rolls.
Yes, it does. All right, up next, we're going to take a peek into how they make these Rastelli Market Fresh original recipes. We are back with more of the Chef's Kitchen at Rastelli Market Fresh.
I'm Ray Rastelli, and we are in the kitchen at Rastelli's Market Fresh. Today, I'm joined by our Director of Operations and our Culinary Director, Chris Mentzer.
I'm happy to see Ian in here today. Ian, what are we making today?
Today we're actually making, we've had a lot of requests from our customers locally for a big hit that we have in the store, which is our classically stuffed pork loin. We're stuffing with an apple and finishing it with a cranberry sauce.
Well, you know what's nice about this dish? First of all, it's great for the season with the cranberries, the apple. It just falls right in. And this pork loin looks absolutely beautiful.
Rastelli's has been about meat for the last 40 years, and this comes from one of our farms, which we create a hog, which is called a Duroc hog. It's a red hog. It's fed only vegetables, so that's why you see the high marble color, you see the light color and the light fat. But what you really get out of this product is a very moist piece of pork that is extremely tender. It is also an all-natural product, so it's never been given any antibiotics, steroids, or hormones, and that's one of the critical points about what we do here. Many of our products are organic. Many of our products are antibiotic-free, steroid-free. This kind of goes right along with the rest of the proteins that we use in our facility, like our Black Angus cattle, which we raise ourselves. You know, what makes us much different than most markets is that we own our own cattle, we own our own hogs, so the product comes in fresh on a daily basis.
What are we doing now, Chef?
I've actually sliced up previously some Granny Smith apples, which I'm now adding to the stuffing. We're just going to gently heat them through for a couple of minutes.
For this dish, you kind of want to make it, I would say, Ian, don't you say a little bit drier because of the pork? It's going to be stuffed?
You want it drier so it doesn't allow it to leach out of the pork when we're going to put the pork in the oven a little bit later.
Okay,
We
great.
don't want that to leach out, so we want to make it a little bit drier because there's a lot of juice in the apple as well.
We have our pork stuffing already made.
What we're going to do is take our pork loin over, turn it around, and make a slight incision starting at the end, whatever you're comfortable. Bring it all the way back.
When Ian's stuffing that pork, I'm going to take a little bit of cranberry. I'm going to add it to the pan. Some orange juice. We have two juicers in our store that we're able to get this beautiful fresh squeezed orange juice. We do apple juice, carrot juice.
One of the things I think is really important is that most of our ingredients that we use come from local farmers, whether it's a local produce farmer or meat farmer or seafood farmer. So it's really important that we support the local community and support the local vendors as well.
So when this is simmering, I'm going to let that simmer. You just want to simmer that just so it reduces and everything comes together, right, to get all those flavors of the cinnamon and the orange and the cranberry to kind of come together.
Exactly.
And we're going to use that for a glaze after this pork loin is cooked. What Ian's doing right now is he's actually tying this, because what we want to do is we want to make sure the stuffing doesn't come out during the cooking process. Once chef finishes with it, we're looking at this beautiful pork loin, seasoned And you can see how it's completely tied to hold the shape of the pork loin. So I'm gonna put it in the oven. Back in the day, I think, Chef, you would agree that they tell you to cook it to probably 180 degrees.
Yep.
But I don't think we have to worry about that today. I think they recommend for pork about 150, 155.
Yeah,
let it stand
155.
for about, let it stand 10 to 15 minutes to let the juices settle before you carve it. We're looking good, Chef. Beautiful. So we're gonna take this now, and we're going to slice this up. Whenever you roast a piece of meat, it's always nice to let the juice settle in.
Chef, that looks absolutely beautiful. So you're cutting the strings off that now, making sure we're not going to eat any of those strings.
Yep.
And the nice part about it is the way you've tied that, it's been able to keep all of that stuffing inside of that pork loin so that when we slice it, each slice actually gets some great apples and great stuffing.
So what you want to do really is, with a stuffed pork loin, you want to cut it at least an inch and a half thick, so the stuffing doesn't fall out. I think that a lot of times people might want to cut it real thin, but a dish like this is something you want to cut a little bit thicker.
Oh, that looks,
because
that looks amazing,
It's
Chef.
incredible.
Chef, that looks absolutely wonderful. Lots of stuffing, apples in there, and of course with that pork, it's going to be extremely tender. What a beautiful dish.
So then what we're going to do is we have our cranberry done already, and we're just going to top this off. And you can do a couple things. If you're serving it to your guest, at the table and you're going to have a plate of it, you can pass the sauce around in a gravy boat. Or like what we do here at Rastelli's, we just go right over the top. So when our customers come, they have this beautiful glaze, and there we go.
It smells fantastic.
Thank you for this today, Chris. I appreciate it. I think you've got the scene just what Rastelli's Market Fresh is all about. Fresh ingredients, local produce, local meat and seafood. Most importantly, product made just like we've made at Mom's.
Chef, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ray, thank you so much. Thanks
Chef.
for coming today.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whether you're a gourmet cook or just want to eat like one, visit Rastelli Market Fresh, your home for the freshest, locally sourced ingredients to please everyone who loves great food. Our organic meats, quality seafood, and free-range poultry are cut fresh to order. Chefs create culinary-inspired prep foods made fresh every day, which pair nicely with our vast selection of fine wines and spirits. Choose from handmade pastas, artisan cheeses, organic produce, and grocery items, all from the finest purveyors. Rastelli Market Fresh, from our family to yours.
Cooking here at Rastelli Market in Malden today with the Chef's Kitchen was an experience second to none. This place is spectacular. The finest protein, the finest vegetable, a great kitchen to cook in. The people of Rastelli Market should be congratulated for their vision because that's the kind of store that I would shop in. Chef Walter Staib.